High blood pressure, a leading cause of stroke in the elderly. The pressure from high blood pressure is like a silent mountain weighing heavily on the body, and for the elderly, it is one of the most dangerous threats. It causes no obvious pain, no dramatic symptoms, yet it can lead to devastating consequences in just a moment. That is stroke. When the heart no longer has the strength to pump blood as smoothly as in youth, and the blood vessels lose their flexibility over time, high blood pressure is no longer just a number on a monitor, but a clear sign that the body is struggling against itself. Many older adults believe they are healthy simply because they feel no particular symptoms, but in reality, high blood pressure is often called the silent killer for that very reason. It is only when a stroke strikes suddenly that loved ones panic, and the individual may no longer have the chance to change the outcome. That is why understanding the link between high blood pressure and stroke is essential to preserving one's health and life in the later years. In this article, we will explore the mechanism by which high blood pressure leads to stroke, the silent changes in the body that lead to such a crisis, and most importantly, what older adults can do to prevent it, not through expensive medications, but through daily lifestyle choices, consistent self-care, and mindful attention to their own well-being. What is high blood pressure, and why is it more dangerous in the elderly? Blood pressure is the force of blood pushing against the walls of the arteries each time the heart contracts and pumps blood throughout the body. In a healthy individual, blood pressure remains within a stable range that ensures consistent circulation to vital organs. However, when blood pressure stays elevated for extended periods, it gradually damages the blood vessels, causing them to thicken and lose their natural elasticity. For older adults, aging has already weakened the vessel walls. The heart is no longer as strong as it once was, and various organs begin to decline in function. Therefore, high blood pressure is not just an abnormal number. It becomes a trigger that can set off a chain of dangerous consequences, with stroke being one of the most frightening complications. As people age, the body's ability to regulate blood pressure naturally decreases. Hormonal changes, diminished kidney function, and especially the buildup of cholesterol in artery walls contribute to elevated blood pressure, often without the person even realizing it. Not everyone experiences dizziness, headaches, or chest tightness during a spike in blood pressure, and this is precisely what makes it so dangerous. There are cases where blood pressure silently rises for years, slowly destroying the cerebral blood vessels without any noticeable symptoms. One day, when a vessel bursts or blood flow to the brain is suddenly blocked, a stroke can occur without warning. How high blood pressure leads to stroke? In the human body, the brain is one of the most critical yet most sensitive organs. It must be continuously nourished with oxygen and nutrient-rich blood. The blood vessels in the brain are tiny and fragile, making them particularly vulnerable to prolonged pressure. When blood pressure is high, it exerts powerful force against the vessel walls, damaging the inner lining and gradually forming plaques that narrow the arteries. This restricts blood flow to the brain. If an artery becomes completely blocked, blood can no longer reach certain brain areas, resulting in oxygen deprivation and tissue death. This is known as an ischemic stroke. Conversely, if blood pressure rises suddenly and excessively, the vessel walls may rupture under the pressure, causing blood to leak into the brain tissue, a hemorrhagic stroke. Regardless of the type, the consequences are severe and can lead to paralysis, speech loss, cognitive decline, or even death. As people age, their blood vessels become more fragile, and their recovery speed decreases. Once a stroke occurs, the window of time to save a life or reduce complications is very short, often measured in minutes. This is why detecting and controlling high blood pressure as early as possible is crucial, especially in the elderly. Warning signs often overlooked by older adults. Many seniors live with high blood pressure for years without even knowing it. They may feel slightly tired, have a mild headache, or experience light dizziness, symptoms they attribute to normal aging and thus ignore. However, these seemingly minor signs may be the brain's way of warning that a stroke is imminent. Unusual daytime sleepiness, forgetfulness, slurred speech, blurry vision, or numbness on one side of the body are signals that the brain may not be getting enough blood. Without timely intervention, this situation can escalate rapidly. Many older adults avoid going for checkups or believe regular blood pressure monitoring isn't necessary, thereby missing the chance for early detection. In reality, checking blood pressure regularly is one of the simplest and most effective ways to prevent a stroke. Don't wait for symptoms to appear before taking action. By then, it may already be too late. Lifestyle and factors that increase blood pressure in the elderly. As people enter their twilight years, many believe that they no longer need to worry about life, work, or social pressures. However, this is also the time when the body becomes most vulnerable, especially to the silent effects of daily habits. High blood pressure is not only caused by genetics or underlying medical conditions, but is also a direct result of long-standing everyday behaviors. An unregulated diet, frequently consuming salty, greasy foods and lacking in vegetables, is the fastest path to hypertension. The habit of eating salty food is deeply ingrained in the culinary culture of many older people. However, the aging body becomes increasingly sensitive to sodium, a factor that causes blood vessels to constrict and raises blood pressure. A sedentary lifestyle also significantly contributes to rising blood pressure. Many people, after retirement, tend to stay at home more, move less, and exercise infrequently. This leads to poor circulation, slow blood flow, and the buildup of fat in the blood vessels. Additionally, imbalanced sleep, anxiety, mild depression, or prolonged loneliness can disrupt the body's natural blood pressure regulation. Another often overlooked but crucial factor is the misuse of medication. Some elderly individuals self-medicate with blood pressure pills when feeling dizzy, or stop taking their medication when they feel better, without consulting a doctor. These irregular changes in dosage not only fail to control the condition, but also increase the risk of complications such as stroke. While age undeniably reduces the body's ability to regulate blood pressure, lifestyle is the key factor in determining how the condition progresses. Adjusting daily routines, managing emotions, staying active, and eating healthily are the safety brakes that can slow the development of hypertension and prevent sudden, life-threatening events. The impact of diet, sleep, and stress on blood pressure. The elderly body is like a machine that has been operating for decades. Every type of food consumed, every restful or disrupted night of sleep, and every prolonged bout of stress contributes to changes in blood pressure. A high-salt diet is the leading cause of a silent increase in blood pressure. Excess sodium causes the body to retain water in the blood vessels, increasing blood volume and putting added pressure on vessel walls. This forces the heart to work harder to pump blood, gradually leading to chronic hypertension. Additionally, processed foods, canned goods, fish sauce, and pickled vegetables often contain hidden high levels of salt that many elderly individuals overlook. A diet lacking in potassium, magnesium, and calcium also contributes to blood pressure imbalance. These minerals help dilate blood vessels and stabilize heart rhythm. A diet low in vegetables, fruits, and whole grains not only deprives the body of essential nutrients, but also increases the risk of high blood pressure. Sleep plays a critical role as well. Poor quality sleep prevents full recovery of the body, increases stress hormone levels, and consequently elevates blood pressure. Older adults tend to wake up early and experience fragmented sleep, disrupting their biological clock and significantly affecting blood pressure regulation. Long-term stress, anxiety, or depression is one of the main causes of undetected high blood pressure in the elderly. When under stress, the body releases adrenaline, a hormone that causes blood vessels to constrict and the heart to beat faster, resulting in a spike in blood pressure. If this condition recurs daily, it can develop into chronic hypertension. Effectively managing diet, improving sleep, and maintaining a calm mind not only helps stabilize blood pressure, but also lays a strong foundation for stroke prevention. The impact of diet, sleep, and stress on blood pressure. The body of an elderly person is like a machine that has been running for decades. Every type of food consumed, every restful or disrupted night of sleep, and every prolonged period of stress all contribute to changes in blood pressure. A high-salt diet is the leading factor that causes blood pressure to rise silently. When the body has an excess of sodium, water is retained in the blood vessels, increasing blood volume and placing greater pressure on the vessel walls. This forces the heart to work harder to pump blood, eventually leading to chronic hypertension. Furthermore, processed foods, canned goods, fish sauce, and pickled vegetables often contain hidden high levels of salt that many older adults tend to overlook. A diet lacking in potassium, magnesium, and calcium also contributes to blood pressure imbalances. These are essential minerals that help relax blood vessels and stabilize heart rhythm. Eating too few vegetables, fruits, and whole grains not only deprives the body of necessary nutrients, but also increases the risk of high blood pressure. Sleep plays a crucial role as well. Poor quality sleep prevents the body from fully recovering, causing stress hormone levels to rise and, in turn, raising blood pressure. Older adults often wake up early and experience fragmented sleep, leading to disruptions in their biological clock and significantly affecting blood pressure regulation. Prolonged stress, anxiety, or depression is among the leading hidden causes of high blood pressure in the elderly. When stressed, the body releases adrenaline, a hormone that causes blood vessels to constrict and the heart to beat faster, causing a sharp rise in blood pressure. If this state becomes a daily occurrence, it can lead to chronic hypertension. Effectively managing diet, improving sleep quality, and maintaining emotional balance not only helps stabilize blood pressure, but also provide a solid foundation for stroke prevention.